What's the deal? What's up, gang? What is going on? Going on. How's everybody doing? Okay, that's better. I was hearing myself. How are you? Fine. We're getting a closure here, and I'm looking at the closure where we are. I want to see if this hourly leaves a top wick, and if we can get some closures above 62. It's a nice little support here. Just driving off of. Shoot. Yeah, it'll probably come straight up, fill the range. There it goes. Give me 1 second, chat. So I want to see if we could get more positions. I had positions on the last hour here on the flip earlier in the last hour, and just want to make sure I manage them. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, I had a position here in the last 20 minutes of the last hourly candle here when we flipped bullish. It was a 15 flip as well. So what I just did, I closed 10 here. How much did we get? 13 on here. I saw like 10.2, 10.5. Well, with spread, yeah, my spread's 2, so yeah, maybe 12 and a half. Yeah, I closed half here at 10, and I just wanted to go break even. Took the same buys last hourly flip. Yeah, it looks solid, but now like you've opened up with a top wick first. I think we kind of got to reset up. Yeah, congrats to everybody that took those buys. Congrats to everybody that stayed on yesterday for the private session. We got a W yesterday. We sat. Yesterday was an 8-hour private session. We sat in drawdown from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. and then we closed positions at like 4. Long ass stream. Yeah, Jacob left to a birthday party. I came back at 4 a.m. His camera was still on. He still wasn't back from the birthday party. Jacob's a party animal. Yesterday, the buys off the 4-hour. Yeah, we had him on off the wick. And I said, get ready, it might come down past our wick because we took buys as it was coming down against us. Right? We had a wick entry, and then it just went down another 100 pips after our entry. It's all right though. We closed 15 pips in profit. Yesterday was a private live. Yeah, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern is a private session. What it do, what it do, what it do? Let it fill up. Let it fill up. Yeah, there was quite a few people, I think, in the private session that didn't hold with us, that ended up closing early or took sells when we took buys, that just got in profits faster than we did. 100 wins today. Oh yeah, yesterday was win number 99, so today maybe win 100. Smoked a spliff at the zoo and got kicked out. Well, that's your fault. Why are you smoking spliffs at the zoo? People are over there with their families, right? I'm Wix 9, goddammit. I don't smoke a spliff at the zoo. How can you join private live? You got to do it through my YouTube. The zoo is crazy. I mean, yeah, the zoo is crazy. What are you doing? You're passing the J to the fucking orangutan and cracking up? What are you doing? Maybe the donkey. Oh, oh. How they do that shit? Like, what are you doing? Orangutan rolled it up. The apes, bro. It's the apes. Will BOJ rate news affect gold? I mean, what, versus the yen? Probably. Versus the dollar?
How about no?
What's the deal, Dave? You're using, can you say? Yes. Yes, ma'am. All right, let's mark up some ranges. I know we're having a hard time. We're struggling to get to 300 viewers here, but let's, since that's the case, let's mark up a range here. Let's see. Higher time frame. Very doable above here, even above here, I think. Yeah, at this point, you're looking either for a pullback to bounce off of a support to drive up, or you're looking to fill the range up to bounce off of a resistance. Right now, the buys here were in the last hour, on the last hourly candle right here. This is where the buys were on this flip. Now that the buys have tapped its advantage point, you might struggle here a bit, because you're going to need to close above. There's a level here, right? And you're looking to close above that area. So if we're able to, on this hourly, close above that area, this would give you everything, right? If this hourly closes like this, this is the hourly closing above, that's the 30 closing above. Yep. And that would be also the 4-hour closing above, like this. So this would be very similar to this, right? You had the 4-hour close above right there. So if we can get that, you're looking for a bottom wick to here, right? And continued move up. So let's wait. It can show up. It doesn't have to be an hourly closure. Ideally it is, because that will also be all the higher. It'll be a 4-hour on the next hourly and on this hourly closure. All right, it'll also be a 30. It'll be every time frame on here. But for now, we wait. Welcome. Every time I see Hank Cohen in the Zoom, I always think it's Hanko. I'm like, well, how did Hanko get in the Zoom? I see it with like the side of my eye. I'm like, Hanko? See that Kyrie game winner yesterday? No, I was streaming for 48 hours. Or 8. Same thing. So many people switching to futures trading, US based firms like Tradeovate. What do you think? No spread? I think it's a solid idea. I think it's solidity. Given a speech on why college is not necessary. You got any insight and thoughts on what I could include? When are you giving the speech? When looking at clean traffic to the left, what do you do with the levels further left or the clean traffic? I guess how far back in price? Just most recent price action. Most recent on the hourly, and then you go most recent on the 4-hour, right? Or vice versa from top down. So technically the most recent for the daily will be here, right? And you don't have any, right? This is the most recent. But it's got to be like the recent and the overall. So not the last time you came through this area 2 hours ago, but the last time market price was at this area before it came back here. Right? Because the market leaves the range and then comes back there. So before it left the range, what kind of range did it leave? Don't gotta go too far back. I mean, I guess the best argument for college not being necessary is to look at probably the top earners in the world or the CEOs of the biggest company. I don't think any of them were like college graduates, right? Like, there are, I'm sure, some, but like find the biggest names in the world that weren't college graduates and then make your case from there. Start with that. Love your stream music, thank you very much. It loves you too. Not for a couple weeks still, just kind of gathering info. Just in today's day and age, unless you're right, unless you're gonna walk out with a career and something that pays off your debt really quickly, I mean, no, you're going to leave college in a lot of debt and a career that's not going to get you out of debt for a significant part of that career. Why? That's it. That's your whole speech. Why? Bring that little emoji with you, the confused one, and just put it behind you. Any plans on switching to futures? it's a possibility. I'm checking it out. It's a possibility in the future. You know, buys to fill the range. I'm still in. I closed half at 10, and now I just have a runner that's up about 9 pips, 10 pips. Luke's got his doctorate in marine biology. He never pursued it, right? No. I got my master's and doctorate in cannabis cultivation. I'm a cannabis connoisseur, as you call them. That's what you might call a cannabis connoisseur. Hell yeah. Studied under the great Cheech and Chong. Wix, what? Hey. Don't be Wix nothing over there. Because it's for college stuff, but I've seen where trading can take me and hate college and know that nothing in college is for me. I have bigger goals. I didn't find trading until I was way out of college. What happened with the trade from yesterday's stream? What do you mean? It's up. Yesterday's stream is up. Just fast forward 8 hours and you'll see us close at 15 pips in profit. A friend of mine gave me a special brownie. Almost had a sure friend of yours. What college did you go to? I didn't graduate, but I went to Baruch College. That's in the city, in Manhattan, on Lexington and 23rd. Studied business, law, and business management, and didn't graduate. I dropped out. Went to college on a baseball scholarship. Well, they fucked up. They had no ice. They should have gave you a stick instead of that bat. Base hit? No. Slap shot, bitch. Can't wrist shot a baseball. You heard me mention I'm going to trade. What's that about? Yeah, I'm going to trade from the last hour. I had the last hour flip, so I have a runner right now at 11 pips. But we are looking for closures, maybe more positions, right? We need the gladiator candle, like so, like here. Like her. Buying is safe now. I entered it into a sell. It'll never go down again. Well, why did you enter a sell? I entered a sell. It'll never go down again. There's the confidence I want to see. seeping through your pores, brother. No, I mean I'm not taking buys off the rip here unless you had a unless you have a solid pullback here to previous support before we break the high and then break the high, then I'll take buys off the rip. But right as we're kind of trickling up here on the smaller time frame, no. Let's say this candle did this, right? Let's say this candle came back down here and then did all this, right, at this previous support. If we were able to tap here, yeah, then I'm probably taking this off the rip, expecting the volume. See that pullback? I'll get the fuck out of that order. Beautiful. He said, Wix, when you gonna drop some bars? This shit reminded me of Scary Movie. You guys remember in Scary Movie when they were rap battling? He said, I'm gonna slash and gash, cut another hole in your ass. Yeah, when he killed everybody while rapping and shit. I'm gonna slit your throat, fuck you like a goat. Boy, it was crazy. That's why when he said, Wix, when you dropping some bars, I was like, all right, where's my fucking Scary Movie mask? I'm about to. This shit was so funny. What did he say? Carve initials in your liver, make you quiver, deliver. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, the last thing you see, I'll hang you from a tree, scare the shit out of you, then watch you pee. Oh, that movie's so stupid. Spill blood on the wall, play tennis with your balls. Word. Nah, I mean. Nah, I can't pull it up. We get fucking. You can pull it up on your own. We get blocked. My germs. Use my good hand. What are the chances? We're probably going to need to see the 4-hour flip bearish here. It's tapped resistance, right? So if it's tapped resistance, doesn't flip bearish, you're going to have to come up and tap the next resistance above it. You're probably looking at 60, yeah, 63, 64 area and a drive back in the range. So for you to get sells, you're looking probably for a bearish closure here. And on the smaller time frame, you might see this happen, right? You might see this. And this on like the 15 or the 5, you might see this happen. Right? But really you want the bearish closure here on the higher time frame, and then break at highs and a drive down. That's what you want if the 4-hour closes bullish. So it's too much will have to happen for you to get sells in this session if that 4-hour closes bullish, especially if it closes above the range. Take it to the head, take it to the head. You take it like a bitch. That shit was funny. Leave those candles there, Wix. I like them. Sure. You like golf? Like playing? Yes. Watching it? No. My guy ignores the genuine questions. Well, you need a different guy. Thought about a girl before? It's alright to start with around $50, or should I have more? It doesn't matter what you start with. It's how many lessons can you get out of that $50. Drop your risk and learn as much as you can. Hell no. What did I miss? What question did I miss that you're upset about? On the 4-hour, we were expecting going bearish on the next 3 candles, so up to New York tomorrow. I mean, you're expecting it. We come here to listen to him Japanese. You speak my language. GJ, please.
How about no?
What do I base my levels off? They come to me in a dream, and I just write them down when I wake up. And I'm like, like middle of the night, it's just like all I hear is whispers, and it's like 21:59, 3:44, 216 2481, 216603. It's kind of how it goes. I'd be waking up middle of the night like 2162.481. No, they're fucking based off the higher time frame. So what I'm looking at is, where do we drive from? Like if we were gonna come up, like where can we drive from, right? And then I look to the left, and then I see that when we were coming up here, we had a closure, and we drove. And we came back, we held the support, and we drove. We closed above this area right here, and then we filled the range. We came back, tapped the support, filled it again. We closed above here, we filled the range. This one didn't even give you a closure, just filled the range. This is the hourlies, right? So I'm sure there was a closure here on the small time frame to fill the range. But do you see how every time we close above here, we fill the range? So that's where that level comes from. Same thing with this level. Pretty much the same thing with this level. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Where are you from, bro? Right near the beach, boy. I don't know, Charlie. I've never traded GJ with Blueberry. I'm gonna trade now. How the difference between the broker and trading is like 3 pips. Should I still trade? Dude, that's on you. I hear voices too, but not about Forex. It's the hardest thing to tune out the noise. Tune out the inner bitch. It's tough. You gotta master that. Yeah, we got a 30 closure here in a minute. The dirty 30. How you doing? Oh, more people at the door. Welcome. Come in. I gotta get that ringtone when new people show up into the Zoom. Not the ringtone, the entrance. Traders. Like the one in Don't Be a Menace when they walk into the store. So every time a new person shows up on stream here. Traders. Yo, how far did we get up here? 6. Oh, so I saw about 15 pips. That's it. Yeah, so that 30 closed. It didn't close above. Few things could happen here, but it would take a lot for sells. It would be easier for buys here to occur. Message. I had no gym today. I actually went to the loctician today, and I needed to tighten the roots because I had a lot of new growth, so I needed to tighten the base, the roots. Been running against the problem lately. Is trading really gambling with an edge? Yes. Some people gamble with a 60% edge. Others gamble with a 90% edge. Choose your edge. Choose your destiny. Wix, I didn't get ad in the Discord moderator group. Ooh, Daniel, I'm sorry. I will do that. I see you sent me a message on the Discord. I see it. Yep, I'll do it after the stream. And from then on, you'll be in there. If you're on stream using an afro, what do you mean using an afro? Can't use an afro. Grow in a respectful way. Aren't those hairs heavy to carry on a daily basis? As what other hairs can I carry on a daily basis? No, they're only heavy when they're wet. Like if I take a shower, then it's heavy. Other than that, no, it's just fucking hair. Plus, have you seen my traps? There's a reason. There's a reason them traps are there. It's Trap City. I'm fucking Donald Pump right now. Making working out great again. Can you say hello in Albanian? Hello in Albanian. Leaning towards buy or sell. Depends how we close. Oh, chat. Wix 11 is here. All right, hold on a second, chat. Why are you not live anymore with Don doing your stream? I'm there. I'm hanging out. I'm creeping in the back. Very, very, very interesting. Oof, look how that 5 matches up across the board. Yeah. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight 5-minute candles have tapped this area and not closed above. At some point, you know, you keep knocking at this door or banging a fucking wall with a hammer. At some point the shit will crack. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight candles. At some point the shit's gotta break. Or it's gonna break the highs in reverse hard. Which is exactly why we can't take a bottom wick entry or an entry off the rip. It would have to be a flip entry of the next candle once we start getting closures above. Because we have to give the market a chance to come back in range and fail. Appreciate these streams. I'm honestly learning a lot every day. Seeing compounding skills. Again, appreciate you. Love. He did put it BE when he said close. What are you talking about? Who said close? Put what a BE? I'm not fucking leaving. You know who I haven't seen here? You know who we haven't seen here today? Well, you tell me, Jonathan, who haven't you seen on here today? Yeah. Where is he? Where's Mr. Green? K's chilling. K swings by once in a while. No, I'm looking for Green. Where's Green? Bumbuckler. Green's on vacation in Turks. I didn't know that. Oh, Green is here. W. Now we're complete. It's morphin' time. Where's Sweet Trade and I go sleep. Good luck, boys and girls. Thank you. Thank you very much. Chat, you know what I gotta do? I know why we're not driving here. This shit needs, number one, it needs liquidity. Liquidity. Let's get step one going. All right, liquidity grabbed. So the market should drive. Right? They say don't drink and drive. But the market ain't about that. Pussy life. Market grab liquidity and just take off. Right? Shit, Wix 9, drink, and then smoke, and then take off. Chad, it's that time again. Time for that holy joint. Jorge, what's the deal, my Christian friend? Inhale, exhale. Oh, that's a good song by Revolution. How does that go? Just got a pound from Oregon and it's fire gonna inhale, exhale. Play your ending stream music with that joint. I will when we end the stream. Need to be part of the private session? It's not hard. Sign up through YouTube. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what you guys are trading, but it's probably more than $25. And like every single session makes you more than that. Picked up Fruit Loops Haze this week. You a W. Eddie hit the gym today? Me neither, bro. We're failing at life. I don't feel like myself. I feel like I've let myself down. I've been beating myself up all day about it. You fucking loser. Every time I look in the mirror. This guy's not even giving me the L. Every time I look in the mirror, he's like, fucking loser. Any remedies for migraines? Yeah, Tylenol arthritis. Why is he slapping everybody? That's crazy. Did you guys see the preview, the commercial for Roadhouse with Conor McGregor? Jake Gyllenhaal over there is just slapping everybody. There's a scene he slaps like 6 people. They're swinging at him. He's like, oh, pop, pop, oh, pop. It's just... It's gonna be a good movie. You fucking deadlift 405? Bougie's a fucking monster. $275 on incline bench. That's difficult. I do more. How about this? I do more on the decline than the incline. That's normal, right? it said you were on last night, but it wouldn't show. That's because last night was private session. You would have to be part of Wix's table. What you think about Mike Tyson versus Jake? I think I'm gonna have a big ass bowl of popcorn ready. I think it's entertaining as fuck. I love it. I love what the fuck they're doing. They figured out this niche where people don't really want to see the best fighters. People want to see this personality versus that personality. And it's not even like who cares about who's the best fighter. Are they, like, that's great. There's many great fighters, but you want to specifically see this person versus this person, right? And that's fucking cool as shit. Jake's gonna get whooped. I mean, I don't know, but like Mike Tyson is a heavyweight champion. The thing is, Mike Tyson is 60. But when you've done something for 50 years, you don't all of a sudden like, oh, I can't move. Nah, Mike Tyson can fucking move. I don't care who wins. I just want to see it. I really don't care who Mike is fighting. I've been trying to see Mike Tyson fight for the last 25 years. You know what I mean? I want him fighting. He's 60. I bet you. I don't want to talk about myself, but I think like 60 is nothing in today's age. Like the way people are aging and the meds and the way they're taking care of themselves, like 60 is like the new 30. He fought Roy Jones, but not really. It was like wasn't too serious. Yeah, Mike, the thing is, from today's Mike Tyson to the killer Mike Tyson, it's a very short fuse, right? It'll snap in a second. Yeah, Roy Jones was a sparring session. Not fighting 60-year-old Mike, not even straight up. If Mike decides at 90 that he can step in the, I think Mike is a humble man in that regard. Where like if he can't do it, he's not scared, but he's gonna be like, nah. I think as he's gotten older, he's gotten wiser. He's pretty smart too. He's funny. You guys seen his stand-up? His stand-up was very funny. What was it called? Undisputed? If you guys watch that, if you guys watch Undisputed, he did like a 2-hour HBO special, some shit. It's so funny. You watch Holyfield versus Tyson back in the day? Yeah, I watched it live on pay-per-view back in the day. Cablevision. But back in the day, like, it was easy. You just get like, right? You get that fucking jailbroken box, and that's it. You good? You watch everything. When people used to pay for pay-per-view, yeah. Alright, we just said, fuck your buys above the range, fool. Shit. We got 11 minutes, but if this 4-hour flips and closes bearish, we're gonna look for sells on the next 4 hour. What does it look like we're mirroring here? Right, if we're mirroring this push up here and this rejection here, well, that already happened. Boom, Boom. 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 Came up over here and broke through. Now it's come up over here. Broke through before. Broke through. I don't know. We'll see. This was market on its way up. Market retesting on the higher time frames. The retest happened back below the range, probably coming down. So it's very, very interesting. This will be a key candle. You really want a clear respect either of a support or a resistance, and a bearish closure here would clearly establish a resistance, and then you would need to break the highs and tap the resistance above in order to drive. So you're probably looking at like 2163.8 for a top wick, and then flips down, or you're looking for the market to attempt to come up here. If it doesn't drive, you're probably looking for another closure below the range. Right, as the hourly closes. If you do not get that steep top wick and a flip down, you're looking for an attempt to break out of this range and either close bullish but below, or an attempt and then a flip bearish, and once that closes, then you can look for a flip and a top wick to roughly this area, this resistance, and then that's your entry, right? Top wick here, then that's your entry. How can I contact you? You can DM me on Discord. You can send me an email through YouTube. You can DM me on IG. By the way, chat, go follow the IG. I'm trying to grow that. And drop a like here and sub to the channel if you're new also. If you're not new and haven't subbed yet, what the fuck are you doing? Sub to the channel. Yeah, SB, that's why I try to, like, not go to sleep if I'm in positions, or secure some bacon before I go to bed. Word. Jake Paul should just wrap his ears in bacon bits. Imagine little fucking mouthpieces for the ear. Just little earpiece. Oh, the Knicks are playing tonight at 10. That's what I'm watching. I was gonna say that's what I'm warrioring. They're playing the Warriors. Jesus, 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 Jesus. This is tough because, okay, chat. So understand that this is only an hourly closure here right now. Now you would need it to close back below the most recent at 21,611. Otherwise, it's kind of closing bearish, but still holding support above that level. So it's holding. So there's a chance on a smaller time frame you'll start getting a 15 bullish, then a 30 bullish, then an hourly bullish, and eventually a 4-hour bullish. And this is what's going on. You see the 4 hours closing bullish. So you might see the next hour come down, next 2 hours come down, and then eventually you'll have the 4-hour flip bullish and you'll fill the range because the 4 hours bullish. So will we be able to grab sells down after a top wick here, a rejection, and come down before those 4 hours buys form, or will we drive down heavy initially where we can take advantage after rejecting off a support and then flipping bullish to take advantage of the 4 hour fill of the wick to the top? So it can go both ways here on the next 4 hour. You have to understand, right, where you are and when you are timing wise in the markets. And the thing is, market doesn't just close below and then come drive up, right? Like you'll get indications of what it's trying to do on the smaller time frame. So if you're looking for support on the 4 hour, you're going to start seeing indications of levels holding on the 5 minute, on the 15, right, on the hourly. Things will start falling in line, and when all time frames fall in line, that's when you know you're ready for a position. Money on the Knicks. Does Nick know about it? Ah. 3 minutes here. Chat, give me a second. I'm gonna grab a J. I'll be right back. BRB. BRB. LOL. Oh, it's time to flip the tape. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize. Ooh. Coming down to Miami. Nice. Nice, Javier. All right, all right, all right. We're closing back below. Let's see. Can we get a topic entry? Wow. How will this 4 hour close? 20 seconds here. Two, one. All right, can we get some kind of top wick here? Oof, close right at the support. All right. All right. Not much of a bottom wick here on the previous hour. If we can tap, right, the 4-hour closed bullish here and above the range. If we can tap, we might have a bottom wick entry. It's not gonna do it, huh? Yeah, I think if we can get to $5,787. Yeah, if the market just comes down, doesn't flip at 5,787, I will take a buy if it's just coming straight down. Because I will look for the 4-hour flip and eventually a retest of these areas at 62.48, maybe even higher. Now, if we don't come down, and the reason I want to come down there is because that's where we tend to drive from. If you guys look to that area to the left here, you see how we tend to reject off that area. So that's where I want to come down for a bottom wick, but it's kind of made a small bottom wick and driving up here now, so that might have been it. So we can scratch that idea. So understand a couple of things. The market doesn't have, if there's no volume, not enough volume, it doesn't have to drive to these price points. But you have to understand that these price points must be tapped in order for what we just discussed to start playing out. Now they can be tapped on at a much slower pace, at which point the market becomes much more forgiving if you're wrong, right? And it lets you make a smaller time frame decision on the higher time frame, if that makes sense. He'll start doing smaller time frame moves on the higher time frame. It gives you a lot more time to recognize that it's happening instead of just going up down, right? So let's see if we can recognize that here. Closure below the range, no bottom wick. You need a bottom wick. Current candle has made one. You need to respect this as a resistance. Current candle's printing bullish, but staying below. If we can do those things, you'll have a bottom wick. You'll have this as a respective resistance, and you're looking now for a top wick to the previous resistance to drive off of. Your previous resistance. If you can tap that and then flip bearish, this is your entry to continue the drive down. The seller replay would be here, but you're not looking for that. You're looking at a flip entry to continue and filling the range down. Okay, so if it starts kind of holding and taking its time playing this out, you can look for that. If this doesn't happen and you don't respect this as a resistance and you close above, you're most likely coming up. So now you have to wait to break this area, and once you can establish closures above here, right, you can if you can establish closures above here, then you should have a simpler time. You're not going to need a very steep wick once this happens again here, and this is your position right here. Please, great. Do you mind sharing it? No, I don't mind. You consider engulf patterns to check direction? I don't know. I look at levels and how candles sprint. Sometimes you'll see candles engulfing the previous candle, yeah, but it's situational. Just based on that alone, no, I don't. There you go, Nightbot got you with the music. But you got to be fluid, right? And I always say, like, you got to understand where you are in the markets, but when you are as well, timing wise, right? It really matters. You have to understand volume, when it comes in, when it goes, what kind of candles indicate volume, what candles indicate lack of volume or volume dying down, or right? What kind of candles indicate range, no range, or you know. And when they indicate that. How do you identify how steep a wick needs to be? So here's what I've started doing. I've kind of noticed that, like, if a wick is driving, so let's say we get a closure outside the range. Let's say you get a closure outside the range. Where would, I'm just looking where it would be an entry. I typically look for the support or resistance previous that was established previously before the range that we're in now. It doesn't have to be at the tip of the next range, it just has to be the first initial one outside the range. But it's not always the case, right? So, like, look, you close back in range and you're creating a bottom wick here, right? So you have, how do I show this? This wick right here, this area right here, this is a range. This area is a range. Wick to wick, this is a range on a smaller time frame. Right? So I would look for a resistance outside this little range to drive off of. It just sucks showing it on two candles. I want to show it on a big enough scale where you can, because on a small scale I also understand what's happening and I see what resistance I need to tap, but I want to see it on a bigger scale. Okay, so let's maybe show this. This wasn't bad. This wasn't bad. So you form the support, you have a level over here before any of this was created, right? Or before any of this currently created, you had a level from here to here, roughly here, on the smaller time frame. Now you have a closure right here that holds support, right? So now you're establishing this support. I didn't take this wick for the buys up because I think we have to tap a support below the one that we've established to drive. And that's what happens. You don't take this wick because it doesn't tap that previous support. You take this wick because it comes down, taps the previous support, and then comes back in range. On the smaller time frame here in this area, you probably have a fake out. You probably have a 5 closing below and then a 5 closing back up above, and that's a fake out. But you really want to get back to the previous support below it and drive off of it back into the range, because what happens on fake outs, they'll typically fill the range that they drive back into. It's kind of what's happening here. And what I was trying to show immediately, but it's only 2 candles here, is if you go to our immediate time frame here, right? You needed to tap this resistance. Let's go to the 5 here. Let's not go to the 5 here. You need to tap initially as you close below here, right? As you respected this resistance and hit support, you see how you come up, you've tapped the most initial resistance, well, almost tapped it basically. It came down. It hasn't really driven here. There was a chance it made an attempt to drive. It hasn't. It probably needs to tap the resistance above this level to drive. So it's either going to tap here or it's going to tap here. See these resistances? They coming up. They start coming up. If it tapped here already and didn't drive, next time it comes up, you can't take a buy off this, sell off this level. You have to wait for this next resistance because it already tried that one and it didn't drive. So if it comes back to that resistance here again, right? If it comes back to this area and then drive and then comes down, that's not the play. It's going to have to come back up higher. But honestly, look, we've got a bottom wick here on the 15. We just need a closure here in 3 minutes and then a top wick to come back up to that resistance, the previous resistance, and then flip bearish. Explain your trade from last night and the pineapples and why you closed. What do you mean? It was 4 in the morning when I closed, and I closed at 15 pips in profit. And I closed because the candle the candle that just closed when we were 15 pips in profit, the candle that closed with no top wick. I think we go back here. Where do we close? Right here. This was the closure, I think, right there. No, the closure was right here. So we had a buy. We had a buy somewhere right here. And we had a buy, I think, on the hourly. We had a buy like this, and then we had a buy right there on the hourly as the hourly closed above. Somewhere right here. Right? And we ended up closing right here. Because that had no top wick. Right, so combine this and this gave us plus 15. This was a minus 27, I remember. Let me go back to it. Yeah, we had a buy at 2154.64. Right here. 54.64.546. Right here we had a buy. And then we had a buy at 47.5 flat. $47.5. Yeah, right there was that first. This was the buy right here. That first bullish hourly closure, we got a bottom wick. So let's clear all that right there. These were our 2 buys. We had a 4-hour close here. We came down. We took a buy on the bottom wick, and it never came back up to flip. It drove all the way down, and this took to like 3 a.m. Then we had a buy right here on that bullish closure, the bottom wick, and then it rode all the way back up. We could have got more, but I don't think I was holding it. I don't care what would have happened. Once I seen this top wick here, I mean no top wick here, and it was 4 in the morning, right? It's 3 a.m. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. See, this was 3 a.m. I just closed it. Yeah, but if I woke up at like 8 a.m., we would have been up like 200, 300 pips. Right, because this shit ran for like 150, and then this position would have been another like 80, 230. How many hours? It was an 8-hour stream last night. Well, you're always looking for mirrors in the market to see if you can take advantage of something, right? To see if you can recognize something that's happened previously. All right, so you kind of held support here on the 15. We're forced to wait on the 30 here, chat. What does it mean when the candle doesn't have a top wick? It means it had no range. Typically, it means there's no more range to continue in that direction, and the next candle shouldn't. Right, the next candle will typically, if there's range to go up, the next candle will create that top wick, and then you can use that. So maybe it did on a smaller time frame, but as far as we were concerned, we were fine with 15 pips. Had the same trade, but drawdown took you out. Yep. It's soon. It's soon. It's early. It's soon. So it's early, right? Let's see. The 30 closes in 14 minutes. Can we stay below 21.61? If we can stay below 21.61, we might have sells on the next candle. It's a possibility. Drawdown took you out. But why did drawdown take you out? Were you out of margin? Because if you were out of margin, then like that's your fault. Like, I don't know if you need to hear it, but it's your fault. Lower your risk. I think we spoke about this yesterday in the first like couple of hours of the stream, first 2 or 3 hours of that 8-hour stream, that like why people have a hard time, or how people. No, we were talking. I said that I believe an overwhelming amount of people here are over risking. Like no matter how much we beat it into your head, that like you need to lower risk and really learn to trade, get trading right first before the money. You gotta crawl before you ball. So people don't want to take that advice, but it's really like, yeah, it's cliche, but it works. Drop your risk and learn to trade. What I have to do to join Sunday sessions? Subscribe to Wix's table through my YouTube. Out of margin on a daily loss, had a few trades open. It was my mistake. Yeah, your mistake, but like, will you learn from it, or will it happen again? And how many times does it need to happen until you do learn from it? You only learn this through. No, you can teach it to people. It doesn't. But the thing is, like, do people really like? Most people won't trust you until they go through it. It's not even what won't trust you. They'll be in that situation, and most people can't realize that they're in that situation at the moment that it's happening, and they just let themselves get burned. But if you are able to recognize that the situation is happening, and you're like, oh shit, Wix got burned in this situation, or somebody else got burned, and I should know not to do it. No, it typically doesn't happen. Typically people only recognize it when they've been burned before, and their mind goes, oh, yo, you've been burned here before. And that's when you're like, it's not that you don't want to listen. Most people just have a hard time recognizing the opportunity or lack thereof as it's happening. It's very important to be able to like pause yourself and realize what's really going on and what's pushing you to think a certain way or have a certain perspective. And is that thing a valid, not even is the perspective valid, but like, is it valid listening to that reasoning, I guess. Okay, so you see this? Boom. Held support. back in range. See, this is what happens in fake outs. So you closed below. You didn't really close below, you held support, so no fake out here, just onion and back up. So there's your bullish 4 hour, right? Getting filled. Just filled the wick. See, this is where it gets a little tough. If we get a bottom wick to the previous support, we're in this bullish flip. If first thing we do is come up here, it gets really tough. We would have to break the highs here. We would have to get the next resistance and then break the lows. Right? Or we would need the 30 to come down and close below 2161. Like because then it'll hold resistance. Yeah, it'll close bullish, but it'll hold resistance. We'll have a bottom wick, so then drive up to resistance, and a bearish flip is all we need. Next candle doesn't necessarily close back in range, but the next candle will 90% of the time flip back, right? So like here, you see you had a bearish candle, no bottom wick, very small, basically no bottom wick. Next candle, bottom wick, and flipped in that direction, flipped back bullish. Now that it's got a bottom wick and it's flipped bullish, you don't know. It can reflip and redrive back down, but what you do know about these candles is 90% of the time, once you get no bottom wick, next candle will create a bottom wick and come back up the other way. It's not even a bottom wick or a top wick. It's candles on closure. It's the wicks on closure. Once this candle flips bullish, right? It made that bottom wick flip bullish. Now that's it. That's your advantage, knowing that it should flip bullish at some point. So if you had that bearish bottom wick on the 4 hour that we wanted off the previous support, understanding that this is going to flip bullish, that's where our entry on the bottom wick would have came in. We probably would have been in here at 21.59. But never printed that, right? First thing it did was come up. We're going to wait for this 30 close, see if it respects 21.61 or closes above it. If it respects it, we're looking for a top wick and a bearish flip. What's your spread? My spread is 1.7 right now. 1.6. What's up? Chat, drop a like if you enjoyed that breakdown, or if you're enjoying the stream, or if you're learning something, if you're remotely bettering yourself, drop a like. Want to link up? Yeah, let me know when you gotta let me know. I'm been really busy here, but let me know whenever you're down here. I'll try to make time. I know what's his name. I'll try to come down here. Leon came down here. I made plans to see him, but it was my dad's birthday and birthday weekend, and it was like a lot of shit going on. Never got to see him. Where is he? My friend Leon. I hope he's here. Still here. He's fucking nuts. He's wild. Fucking skydiver. It's got a pretty dope IG page. We did tap that previous resistance that I was talking about just now on the top wick. I wonder if we re-break the lows here, because I think if we re-break the lows, there's 5 minutes to go here, right? I don't have a sell stop, but think it would be better if it was the 30. But the thing is now, if we close, look, we already tapped this area, tapped that resistance that I was talking. We're going to come up here. If we close bullish on the 30, but respecting 6-1 area, the thing is, we've tapped this resistance. So now, if we, even if we do respect that 6-1 area, we're going to need to come up here, most likely to 63, not just 623, but 63, or even 63.5. Yeah, if we can tap 6.3, 6.35 off the next candle, off the rip, just drive up and then flip bearish. We'll look for sells on that flip. Pineapple's on the way. I think we'd need to have an initial position before a pineapple. But they don't know about them stress-filled days. Sells on the way, mad bills to pay. You ever play League of Legends? No. That's a Leno. It's definitely a no. It's definitely a no for me, dog. Definitely. One minute here for the sturdy closure. Gotta get that Lipton, baby. That's Lipton. Damn, 30 might actually close respecting 6-1. Right, we had 6-1 flat here. No, let's see. We want to close below this area. Shit, might close bearish in general. Ah, this is a nice wick on the 15. We might not get a top wick. It might come straight down. Well, it's got to close below this area first. Can't respect this. 30's gonna have a bottom wick and a top wick. Yeah, I'm gonna need a top wick here. It's a doji candle. It might come straight down, but I'm gonna need a top wick. The 15's given, right? The 15, look, it's just created that top wick that we need. It might come straight down, but I would rather, because we just respected this support. I don't want to make a bottom wick and come back up. Like, that's not a strong 15. Like, that's a nice wick, but not really much of a bottom wick. 30's got one, but now you want a top wick again. Yeah, it might just run. Yeah, I'm not in any positions here, chat. There's a lot of reasons why. There's quite a few reasons why I'm not in here. We don't create that steeper top wick. I don't have a confidence that we're driving here with the previous hourly closing with no bottom wick. And yeah, typically once you get a 15 like that, right, it already created that top wick. You're not expecting that steep of a top wick, but I'm expecting something, a small top wick, just to give me confidence that we've tried to come back up. But we should fill the range. We should fill the range down. 4 hour looks decent. Yeah. Broke the lows. The previous 4 hour was bullish, so you can still tap, right, until it closes, or you close way below here, 59 on a smaller time frame, right? Until this 4 hour closes, you can still just create a bottom wick and come back up. You're looking for sells. Right now we're looking for market to set up again. I mean, price wise, it tapped price points when I needed to tap. Just not the way I needed to tap. This 15 ended up closing a bit below the 15 support here. Then I'd have more confidence that we are coming down as we close below support. Maybe then we could have been in off the rip, but it closed right at it. Lovely, lovely. Jeez. Jeez Louise. All right. Now, if we were doing our range 1, range 2, right? You're looking at a range 2 breakout here, right? You're not looking for a trade in this range. In here, you're looking for a trade. You're not looking for a trade in here either. But once this forms a support, wherever it does form a support, once that support gets broken, that's your trade. You're going to need to establish a support here right now and then drive down off a resistance. So we need to establish support below 5934, and then we need to break it. And the way you'd break it is driving off a resistance to break the support. Took the sell, 17 pips close. Congrats, W. Yeah, if you took those sells, good shit. That's all you. I had nothing to do with it. Quote 13. Yeah, there's a lot of people here that took that. I'm on mute. I'm not on mute. See, so there's a support here. Tapped it. Hit buys in the 4-hour wick fill, but hit B. Okay, okay. What a nasty drop. Drop 20 pips, 30 pips. How much was this? 30 pips, yeah. Because remember, the previous hourly doesn't have a bottom wick. This can still come back and close bullish. This was the area. Remember, I said we wanted to tap if the first thing we do was come down. That's the support I want to tap before coming back up. The issue is we already created that top wick. So a reflip here doesn't work for buys. You'd have to actually come back and close above. How do I become a mod? You gotta show up here for a long time. At least maybe like half a year of being active in the chat. So if we're going to reject here and we get that closure, this is what we're looking at. This is the mirror we need. We need that closure. And then we need this top wick. If we can get that, we are looking for sells. This is where we need the top wick to come to, so which means we'll need to break the previous 15 high once we get the closure below. What time is this? This happened today at 8:45 in the morning. Sorry, 9 a.m. Remember how we spoke on private session yesterday that while we were making that bottom wick, we were in drawdown. We said the daily doesn't have much of a bottom wick, so chances are we probably, after wherever we bottom out, we come back up in range. That's what happened. Flips, possible look for buys. I mean, you can, but there's only 3 minutes left in this 15. No, I'm gonna wait. Possible 15-minute flips. Sorry guys, pretty new to the stream. Yeah, good. You're helping yourself. You're asking questions that have to do with trading. Makes sense. Those are help yourself questions. Those are the valuable questions. The ones where you're actually trying to better yourself. Right? Not looking to be spoon-fed. Gave you 20. Man of the year, Bounce. It's a dope track. Okay, I got a minute here for a 15 closure. See the last five closed below. Now if this 5 was able to close, or closed above for a fake out, but if this 5 is able to come back below, 15 will close below 594. Then we can look for sells. Right now, tough. You want to tell me why futures overhyped right now? There's no such thing as overhyped. What does that mean? You can't do future. It's like Bitcoin can be overhyped, but like that's like saying it's overbought. or oversold. It's so like subjective. There's no such thing on futures. It's either you do something or you don't. Forex is overhyped in Florida or on Instagram. That doesn't mean you can't make money off of it. Who cares about hype? You should care. The only thing you should care about is your pocketbook. I don't care if shit is overbought, oversold, overhyped. Like, as long as I can use it to my advantage, that's all that matters. It's irrelevant what people. Most people's opinions are just like excuses, right? They apply it to themselves. They apply the situation to themselves, and then they look for an excuse for why they didn't take full advantage of it. Goal here, right? The hustle is to get yourself and your family out of poverty. As I always say, that's it. And keep them out of poverty. Just make money. Nobody cares how you made it. If you make money, like, people will respect you for having the ability to make money. We never got that closure on the 15, right? The 15 respected, so we just tapped. Just got a bottom wick here. Yeah, I think this might be a play off the hourly, off the 30. $12 here, chat. Let's hang out for 12 minutes, and I think in 12 minutes we'll have an answer whether we call it a stream or whether we look for positions. I think if we close below here in 12 minutes and 11 minutes, we close below 2159.34. We'll stay on and look for some sells. If we close above it, oh, we just had the 5 and the 15 flip, right? Yeah, the 15. No, the 15 not flipped yet. The 5 hasn't flipped yet. There we go. I swear, I just saw it flip. Why is there no top wick? It's hard to take buys here. Look at everything else is so fucking bearish. You just can't. You'd have to, you're kind of forced to let the smaller time frame play out and line up with your higher time frame instead of trying to force a position against the higher time frame. I'll typically wait for it to line up. Can it play out? It should. Yeah, look, it's playing out here right now. Or is it? Not even. But you're better off waiting for everything to line up than taking positions against other time frames based off only on like one time frame. Wow, what a fucking 3. I'm watching the Heat Sixers game right now. And Kyle Lowry just hit a massive 3. When you're looking for all time frames to line up, what sort of thing are you paying attention to? Well, all time frames lining up, it means all time frames telling the same story. All time frames showing a bearish candle, let's have them all line up in the same direction. If your higher time frames are all bearish right now, right? Previous 4-hour closed bullish, but this one broke the lows. It's not closed yet. The 1 hour closed bearish, the 30s closed bearish, right? The 15s closed bearish at a support. So now this 5 has closed bullish above the range, no top wick. So what you do is you either wait for the 5 minute to come back down below here, at which point the 15 and the 30 will probably be back bearish as well, and then everything lines up, or you wait for the higher time frames to start closing bullish or flip bullish, and then it'll start lining up with your smaller time frames, and then you look for those positions. You don't want like taking a buy here is, like Don likes to say, it's like catching a falling knife, because the higher time frame, the stronger time frame, is showing a bearish push. The stronger indication is for bearish momentum. You're just having the initial indications of a possible bullish push, but none of it is established. Do you want to take a trade on a possible hint of a beginning, of a possible beginning to a bullish push, or do you want to trade the actual market moving down, and while you're getting a small pullback, wait for that pullback to line up with your actual higher time frame push and then take that? You know what I mean? So taking buys here would be CBD entry, waiting for it to close back below and line up with your higher time frames where all time frames are bearish, right? That's your THC entry. That's it. Bro, you'll never get rid of New York accent. I try. I've gotten rid of a lot of it, not on purpose. I used to love my New York accent, but like I get reminded of it, I go back into it. But like, you know, you move to a different place, and most people don't really speak like that no more, right? So you get away from it, but like, it pops out once in a while, right? Especially with the O's, with the doors. Cuban accent come out around Cubans. Yo, I swear, my fucking immigrant accent comes out when I talk to my parents. Like, my parents talk with an accent, and I start talking with a damn accent like them when I talk to them. It's wild. I'd be like, why am I doing that? And trust me, that shit happens. You talk to somebody from Texas, you start talking like somebody from Texas, like mid-conversation, and you naturally start adjusting and be like, what the fuck? Word. Talking to somebody from user coming. Hey y'all. Oh, y'all are coming? What's use? Where your roots come from? I was born in Ukraine. Not the Ukraine, but in Ukraine. I speak like a white guy when cops used to arrest me. What does that even mean? What do you say? Oh, it's not mine, it's Jimmy's right there. Trust me, Jimmy, tell him it's yours. Trust, he's got more in his pocket. If you search Jimmy, Jimmy got everything. Is that what you mean? Oh, you need the number to my... Hold on, just let me get my phone out. I got the number to my dealer. I'll give you his address too. Hold on. Jimmy be over there like, Is that what you mean? You start talking like a white guy? Spent years talking with Americans and almost got rid of my European accent. As soon as I speak English with someone from Slavic countries, my accent comes back. Yeah, I got to do the accent. Otherwise, I feel like they don't understand me. Didn't notice the stop sign, sir. In my country, we don't have any of those. When you look for all time frames to line up, well, I'm looking for my higher time frame as really the bias, and for the ranges. Looking for smaller time frames to fall in line with the higher time frames and give you a sharper entry. Now you have to be here to really figure out to learn to create a foundation of candle reading, right? You have to understand what candles mean when they print in certain ways at certain times, right? And once you can have a foundation of reading candles, price action becomes a lot easier. You don't need to have a foundation in learning what every indicator does, right? You don't need to learn, fibs and EMAs and stochastics and Ichimoku clouds like as a foundation. You need to learn candles for your foundation and then apply that to whatever strategy you want to use to trade. However you want to trade. Capiche? Ooh, what did I say? There's shit we can close. Remember, I said the previous hourly candle doesn't have much of a bottom wick. There's a chance this shit could come after tapping that support, can come back up and close bullish. We got 2 minutes here. We'll see. We'll see. The way we're closing here, honestly, I don't think if the hourly closes doji here, we probably call it a stream. Why don't you tell us what broker you use? Because I did that once and that broker held everybody's money. So now the only way I'll do that is when they can reassure me that that's not happening, and then they're paying me for promoting them. All right, otherwise no free promo. Number 100 might have to wait. Well, I already got a W. It was just right pre-stream. Yeah, stream win number 100. Probably have to wait. Broker, psych. That's tough, Nightbot. How you gonna do it to them? Why you say fuck me for? Oh, what a throw-in. That's great. Seconds here. Yeah, it's an indecision candle. Strong indecision candle. The fuck? And this is ugly. Like, this is an ugly 30 closure too. Forget the hourly. Like, this is ugly. You need a. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream here, chat. I'm not gonna take a position here. You're going to have to come up, re-break the highs. And then come back down in range for me to have a position. It's going to need to tap 63 before I can take sells for it to come back down. Or it's going to need to close below 59.34. For buys, I mean, I can't take any buys here. Everything closed bearish. 30, the 1. The 4 has reflipped bullish here. Interesting. Yeah, there's a high chance this shit drives up, makes a top wick and comes down, but it's going to need to drive up 63. And that's like 40 pips away, 30 pips away here. No, I'm sorry, 25 pips away. But if it can do that on this hourly candle, chat, if it can tap 63, right, after the stream, after we call it a stream, if it can come up here, tap 63.5 and come back down and flip bearish in this hourly candle, those would be some solid sells. You're looking for runners at that point. All right. It's that time, holy joint. My holy joint only took a pull, and now it's like just sitting out there waiting on me. Very nice pullback sells, no problem. Yeah, I wouldn't mind sells. I'll check the charts here within the next hour, maybe like 10:30 and 11. But most likely, if that doesn't happen, we don't come up here, tap 63.5 and come back in range. I'm not taking it, right? I'd want to see a clear indication of volume and direction. And I think the only thing that would do that is this push and then a bearish flip, right? I mean, that's in the immediate future, right? This is what you're looking for. You're looking for a tap into this area. This is what you really want to see. Once you can get a bearish flip here after this top wick, this is your entry, and then you come down. You know, this wick fill here is your advantage point. Roughly 20 pips, maybe. Yeah, 20 pips. But you'd have to come up and see 63.5 here, at the very least. That's my stipulation for entering a position. Other than that, I'll be on tomorrow in the morning on downstream at 8 a.m. Eastern. And chat, don't forget, we are live, same time, same place, live here on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for Asian session. Okay, gang? Mods, thank you so much for coming through. Chat, I appreciate you guys for showing up every single night, night in and night out, and trying to help yourself. Love and wisdom to you all. If you were new here today, make sure you drop a like, sub to the channel, turn on your notifications this way you know when we're on, and make sure you go follow the IG. Everybody in the Zoom, thank you guys. Eddie, Baby Hank, Javier, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And chat, just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, everybody.